Himanshu Mandal and Ms. Sakshi, who will take us down memory lane and share thoughts on teaching, learning and life.
We have 5 segments in our podcast, so let's start with our first segment, Icebreaker.
So ma'am and sir, my first question is, if you could go back in time and be a student again, what would you do differently?
Well, if I get chance to go back in the past, then I would like to, express my love towards my teacher. Though I was the favorite one of my teachers, but I think I never expressed my love. So I would be more friend towards them. I would be, more ambivert towards them.
Again, I would not sit on the first bench to impress the teacher. I would like to sit beside the quiet kid in the last corner or last row and ask them if they are okay. I will not chase marks. I will try to chase moments. And
What subject did you enjoy the most as a student and why?
So, as a student, I love English as a subject, and English will be specifically, I have to say, then literature part, because I think literature is kind of, provide a window for us to live those moments that we didn't get that chance. Basically, for example, if I'm reading a partition literature, okay. For example, if I'm reading any book from literature that is explaining about partition times, then I would get chance to live those moments, those pain, those sufferings of the people.
apart from academics, to be very honest, the subject which I enjoyed, I'll go philosophically. The subject which I enjoyed, that was science, to be very honest. Because in science, I have learned many things. Especially, I have learned to listen. Not others, but myself also. From textbook, we used to get, actually, textbook teaches us everything from outside. But never ask for your marks. It only asks for your presence.
Please hear our first segment ends, and the second segment is reflection and wisdom. Ma'am and sir, what's one lesson that you learned outside the textbook and still carry today?
I think the lesson that I'm heading towards right now is never blindly fail anyone. This is the only thing that I have learned right now, because if you start following anyone blindly, then it will lead to nowhere. So
the lesson which I have learned from outside, it is people are not chapters, they are entire book. You know what? Life has taught me that success is not about standing above others. Actually, success is all about standing beside the one who needs you.
If you had to describe your teaching philosophy in one word, what would it be and why?
In one word, I would say my teaching philosophy, it would be awakening. Awakening would be the perfect word, because you know what? For me, teaching it is not about filling minds and all. It is about awakening them, awakening the student to be very.
will be equity. Equity which incorporates everyone, where everybody feels welcoming and everybody feels respected. So I think if I have to express my teaching philosophy, it would be equity, where I try myself best that every student feel welcome there, respected there, and he or she must not feel that, oh, my opinion doesn't matter. I talk about English. Don't think English as a subject, it's a very difficult. No, it's very easy. Consider English as a language. The way you speak Hindi, आप घर में हिंदी बोलते हो, right? Similarly, you can learn English. How? The question is how? By saying without any hesitation. The only thing is just say, just to express yourself without any hesitation, without a fear that the other person will judge me. How will he or she react?
When you are being a teacher, you will become a teacher, then you will come to know. Sometimes we become teachers, sometimes we become friends as well. Sometimes we are mentor, sometimes we are guardian. So that's why you need to cover each and everything. So sometimes.
Sir, what advice would you like to give your students?
Well, as you say that childhood is the golden period. It is considered as a golden period, and now we can say that why it is known as a golden period. So I think the only advice that I would like to say this Children's Day is live your childhood, because it will never come back again. And so enjoy your childhood. Just don't try to be when will we be adult? It's too tough to be adult.
As you said about dreams, I have a question for you both. What was your dream as a child?
So my dream was, to become a teacher, and yes, I am living that dream, and yes, I am enjoying it.
I never thought that I will become a teacher and all when I did my B.Ed at that time, to be very honest, like, because I thought when I will have nothing to do at that time, I will have something to do. But you know what? I never thought about becoming famous, becoming wealthier people or so on. I always want to be the voice of the people who has left from the mainstream.
If you have to choose another profession, like, apart from teacher, what would you like to choose?
Okay, if I get chance, then I would like to be a model because I just love to get ready and just to walk here and there in a proper manner and present myself basically. So yeah.
What about you, sir?
For me, just like I said, I would like, I want to be the voice of those or unsung peoples who have, they have been left out from the mainstream. I always wanted to run an NGO.
So let's move on to our fourth segment, questions that every student must have wanted to ask to you. Ma'am and sir, as you are the subject teacher of social studies and English, what advice would you like to give to your students as they study these subjects?
The side is political science, so I would say what's in the regard that as well. But you asked in the regard of social science. In social science, you know what? Don't study it as a subject. Live it like a story. For example, like when you are studying history, don't memorize the dates. Try to feel the courage behind the revolutions. Okay? And in economics, don't just try to memorize or don't just try to chase definitions. Try to find out the value or the contribution of every single rupee in the story of someone's day.
Thank you so much, ma'am and sir, for joining us. That was truly inspiring. This is inspiring.
And even thanks to you for
Inviting us.
Yes, and thanks to you, and even them, which is one of the most privileged.
And thank you for inviting me for the first episode of this podcast.
Stay curious and keep learning.